Hi, my name is Kate. Welcome to my channel, and this is my book review with spoiler of Pam Goodwin's Lesson in Sin. And oh my god, this is very dark. It's a age gap, teacher-student relationship. They are both rich, thank God. Tinsley, the female lead, is 18. Father Magnus, a priest, a teacher, is 40 years old. Yes, you heard it, 40 and 18. It's very dark. There's a lot of trigger warning. Please watch out for a trigger warning. But this is very good book. It exceeded my expectation. Like, oh my god, I know this is dark, but this girl, she ate up. I followed from darkness and moved here, and she never disappoints. She exceeded my expectation. Highly recommend this book. So Tinsley, 18 years old, gave a job to a college student who works in Burger King. Her mother found out, so as a punishment, she was sent to this all rich, wealthy school, exclusive for girls. It's a Catholic school, as her punishment to teach her how to be modest. But there is a plot twist, because on the other side, there's Saint John, I think Saint John, who is at a school for wealthy people, for exclusively boys. So it's a boarding school for girls where she went, and their neighbors exclusively for boys. Now, the male lead, Father Magnus, is a self-made billionaire who is known to be dominant, aggressive, and she hurt women to get off until one day a woman accidentally died while her throat is being choked by Father Magnus. And his genital is still inside her. So as a penance, he went to his bestie, who is a Filipino, Father Crisanto, who is now the head of the exclusive school for boys, the NIPOR. And he invited him and said, why don't you come to the priesthood as your penance while you found out your calling? And so for 9 years, he has been a priest. For 9 years, he's been celibate. Is that how you say it? There's no sexual activity. Until one day, Tinsley and her mother come. Her mother is an alpha, tries to dominate Father Magnus, but Father Magnus is known to control women, very dominant, despite he's quiet. He's very alpha towards the opposite sex. And Tinsley's mother wasn't happy, but he still threatened him. Tinsley is the youngest child of Constantine and an heiress, and she's actually the nicest among the well, they are all nice, but she was like the one who doesn't use her wealth to do naughty things. She's like that. She has heart for animals, and she saved the bat the first time they met, and there was actually attraction between them. They have chemistry, but Father Magnus has a vow, and she is using Father Magnus to be kicked out of the school, but Father Magnus like her, so there's no way in hell that she will get out of the Christian boarding school. So all the girls, all the students have a crush on Father Magnus, especially in Nevada. On the other hand, some girls, like the football player Tucker, who is the famous one and owns, or the heir of Kensington, it's like a Hilton in here, in the real world. And so there have been chemistry. She's been punished. At first, her punishment is to kiss the foot of Jesus. She wanted to pee, but she couldn't pee. And then their dance ball, she immediately had like a chemistry with him. But the thing is that while she was dancing with Tucker, she had a heavy menstruation and blood drop on her legs, and everybody looked at her and they were like about to make fun of her, but Father Magnus saved her and even cleaned the blood and took her to his private house, for a private small house where he stay outside the boarding school. And that's where they did the spice. There's no going back. Well, it wasn't the spicy spice. It's like kinky stuff. He took his V card in the altar, which reminded me of Priest by Shera. And from there, they have been very spice. Father Crisanto was there with them, helping them to like, hey, control it. It's very obvious that you two are getting together. Until Christmas, she went home, but she wasn't happy. Her mother was awful. She wasn't being taken care of like a daughter how should be. Her siblings are out, they have their own life. She's the youngest. So she went back to school, and then she saw Father Crisanto and Father Magnus, and then Father Magnus took her to his private place in the mountains. They did spies for 2 weeks until one time Ronan, the henchman of her mother, and her brother Perry showed up. Perry was very nice and said, "Look, if I'm in love with her, I'm in love with him. Mother wants to unalive him for everything is done." And so she lied to Magnus, went home, and that's where she found out that Tucker was actually her arranged marriage. They need the Constantine and Kensington to merge for more powerful business and more influence. And that is the only reason why she was sent to the all-girls school near the all-boys school so they can get close and get to know each other. However, she fell hard for Father Magnus. And Tucker, he was nice to Daisy, her bestie, but when she found out how beautiful Tinsley is, now he wanted to F her and do some man stuff. So when she was home, she was very depressed, she was not eating, and she has new bodyguard named Galen. He used to be in military, who has been taking care of her. So when Tucker tried to score or get her private, it was Galen who's been supporting her. Until one time when they're supposed to do the marriage contract and the merging, something happened. It was actually Father Magnus who bought Kensington, and they get married. It was happily ever after. Okay? Like how Tinsley was very naughty, but she wasn't naughty like the other girls in the school. She was very kind to animals. Her maturity, like from being a brat to this her character development is on point to being this mature lady who is taking the hit for the entire family because her father is dead. So it's her mother who's taking care of her, like financial needs, not the love and emotion, because her mother is. I also like Father Magnus. He bought Zion as a penance, fixed it. It became to one of the most famous for rich girls. How he saved Daisy from adoption, how he protect her secretly, how he helped her with the possum, how he break his bow, left his bow, and bought the Kensington. He sold the Zion for her. It was a very very happy ending. Mm, Actually, the characters in I didn't like anyone. I'm surprised to myself. Nevada. Nevada is the villain who told Tinsley's mother that Father Magnus and Tinsley has something going on, and so her mother hired Ronan and the investigator to find it and something. That's how they get caught. But Nevada, when she tried to seduce Father Magnus, she got kicked out. She couldn't take it. She took so many pills. She got psychotic and she went up in a mental hospital. That's why I couldn't dislike her. I still like her even if she's a villain. Her mother, even if she's a villain, I still like her because I did understood where she's coming from. At the end, you will find out why. And her siblings, even though they have their own world, they're actually kind and very understanding to her. So this is the first book where I didn't dislike anyone. Even Tucker, he's awful, but he was also nice to Daisy, so I couldn't like her. I couldn't dislike him. Other than that, this book is highly, highly recommendable. The stories is 5, the character development is 5, the spice is 5. I would recommend this to anyone or anybody. Although he is 40, she is 18, they are both from rich family. It's crazy her punishment. It's really crazy. Oh my god. Yeah. That's all. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. See you to the next video.